Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. You are once again welcome here on the Conscience Watch Forum on the front page of international news. Germany has just been caught hand in the bag, hand in the dough. What Germany was hiding from Russia, Russia discovered, and Russia's foreign intelligence service made a statement. It's going to really heat up between Russia and Germany. Yes, and it is not for nothing that Russia had filed the name of Germany as being the first European country, the first NATO member country towards which country Russia should start its strikes in case Russia should go beyond Ukraine. It's not for nothing. This new German Chancellor, Friedrich Merz, has inherited something very negative. What competes? To the current military orientation that we know of Germany, yes, even if the Germans do not agree with its military orientation. He considers his attitude to be normal because it is a legacy, according to the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the depths. Share the video conference as much as possible. Put a lot of likes, that's it. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, the SVR. In a statement, the SVR said that Friedrich Merz, the new German Chancellor, gave firm instructions to Ukraine to conceal German participation in sending Russian cruise missiles to Ukraine, i.e. Germany. Who received Ukraine's request? Public Germany told me that no, that they cannot deliver all Russian missiles, since already Ukrainian soldiers are not forced to use this weapon, this missile. This is a very long-range missile. It is these missiles, plus the ones that Ukraine had presented, that are being used with certain drones that are being used right now to hit the heart of Russia when Russia had been clear. Any European country that participates in Russia's strikes, Russia reserves the right to retaliate. And so what's going on? Germany gave the weapons because Ukraine asked for them, and Germany accompanied this with total silence. Germany told Zelensky, we must remain silent. It should not be said that you were given the essential used. Since if you say that you were given the missiles all Russian, then there is a risk of direct confrontation between Germany and Russia. So here's what was said. The statement claims that Merz guaranteed the delivery of these missiles to Zelensky while seeking to limit German traces in order to avoid direct German involvement in strikes against Russia. But Russia is Malian and is clever. Germany thought it was clever, but Russia managed to figure it out. So the SVR, the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, also claims that German soldiers must guide these missiles to Ukraine because the Ukrainian training would take too long. So they send the missiles, and then German soldiers go to Ukraine to guide these missiles since. Ukrainian soldiers do not know how to guide these missiles, the Taurus missiles, and if they have to guide these missiles, they have to receive training, and the training will take enough time. But now Ukraine needs these Taurus missiles more than ever. So Germany sends these soldiers. This is proof of Germany's direct involvement in the conflict. This is proof of Germany's direct involvement in the conflict. But that's what Germany wanted to hide, and so NELS, the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, evokes a personal dimension. Why did NELS do this? They say that NELS inherited an obsession with revenge against Russia, and that legacy was passed on to him by his grandfather and father, who are former Nazis. So he just inherited this legacy of vengeance. Which means that in their family, the spirit of wanting revenge against Russia has always been there. This is according to the SVR, the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service. And so we're told that's what translates, right? This is reflected in its military political orientation. So these statements are intervening at the moment when Friedrich Merz very recently had not ruled out sending possible Taurus missiles to Ukraine, provided that an agreement is a coordinated European agreement, that Europe agrees to give its agreement, and then that everything is coordinated so that in the event of an emergency, Germany can have a rear base which protects it, of course. So it should also be remembered that in 2011, May 2025, Merz had said that there was no longer a range limit. We still remember it was he who announced the lifting of the range limits on Western weapons which were given to Zelensky, so he authorized it. Obviously, Ukraine fired deep into Russia, and so that means it is the continuity of what he declared in May. So what makes that? What about Germany? In making this statement, she had already joined the position of Germany, at least France and the United Kingdom, which means that despite everything, it has never been explicitly confirmed. Germany has never explicitly confirmed the sending of Russian missiles to Ukraine. No, he did, however, propose to fund the development of long-range missile systems for Ukraine without direct mention of terrorists. So this is the strategy they used. But Russia managed to understand that obviously they sent Taurus missiles. They are also preparing to even send soldiers to guide these Taurus missiles and therefore the SRV. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Service presents the situation as a direct violation of Germany's alleged neutrality. So Germany is not neutral. Also, Germany says it is neutral. Germany itself violated its neutrality. So the fact that Germany is associated with strikes in Russian territory raises the question of an implicit escalation. The Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, for his part, had already warned against any sending of Taurus missiles, believing that this would make Germany a direct stakeholder in the conflict, therefore himself. He had said that there are no more limits to sending weapons to Ukraine and that Ukraine no longer has. In any case, they lifted the bans. Ukraine can fire anywhere on Russia, and during this time, the Kremlin had warned if Germany sends the Russian missile, and that means that Germany is now a direct stakeholder in the conflict. So with this SRV report from the SVR, one wonders whether Russia will confirm those that had been declared. That is to say, consider Germany directly as being a party to the conflict. The question remains. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was the front page of international news. I'm coming back to you later by the grace of the Almighty with new information. It was the voice of your only samurai.